Nigel, Saturday's game at Crawley, is that one of the most disheartening ways to lose a football game?
Oh, without doubt. I think to lose in the last minute, the last 30 seconds to go, whatever, is unbelievably demoralising. But to lose it in the manner that we did, us contributing again to our own downfall, just makes it worse.
Is it difficult in a way at the moment because you don't really know what you're going to get from the players week in, week out?
Yeah, the consistency element is certainly something that's been lacking. I think we've got enough in the last 12 games to get us over that line to be safe, and then we're looking to put a squad in place that can deliver certainly more consistency week in, week out.
Team news wise, who's being treated for injuries and knocks?
We've got the usual ones, George Maris and George Lapsley, which both are out for tomorrow night, which we're missing them at the moment. You think with Ollie Clark being a little bit below par as well. They were our 3 first choice midfielders just a few weeks ago, so we'll probably be without those 3. Ollie's just feeling the effects of no pre-season. I think he had 2 calf injuries at the start of the season, and with so many games in a short period of time, it's really caught up with him, and he hasn't got that foundation to fall back on. But he's such an honest, genuine lad. He wants to be out there, and he's doing everything he can to influence the game. But sometimes, if you just physically you can't do it, you're just going to have a breather. We were going to give him one on Saturday, and I should have done. But he said he felt okay before the game. But I should have just left him out and sometimes take out his hands. But when the team's played so well against Cheltenham, you want to play the same team if you can.
Says a lot, that, doesn't it, about the congested fixture schedule, because Ollie must be one of the fittest players in your squad.
Oh, without a doubt. But without the pre-season and with the games and the amount of effort he puts in games, we're not talking a player who just sits there in midfield and passes it around and doesn't go far. He is charging around up and down the pitch, both penalty areas. He's that sort of all-action player, but you need a level of a foundation of pre-season under your belt to be able to do that throughout the course of the season.
Just to complete the roll call, Nigel, how's Aidan Stone doing?
Yeah, he's okay. He did the warm-up and he's done some training, so hopefully he'll be back in contention for tomorrow night.
Carlisle tomorrow night. They'd not won in 8 games prior to Saturday's excellent win against Bradford City. What does it say, that break, about how it's affected their campaign?
Just that. They had some great momentum building up. They beat us in December, I think it was, and went top of the league. And then they had the break put upon themselves like we did, and it just completely disrupts your momentum. Everything's going great, and then as every sort of few days go by in the training and everything, things just drop a little bit. No matter what you do, you're trying to have practice matches, you try and keep the fitness levels up. But in the midst of a season, when you sort of have a break, and I think we played 1 in 4 odd weeks or something, they've had a similar sort of thing. No matter what you do, you can't maintain that momentum, and then you're looking to pick it up again. They didn't win at 8. I wish they hadn't won Saturday, because they'll be a bit more confident than they were before.
As a one-off game, when Mansfield played them back in December, was that the best performance you've seen from an opposition side? Yeah,
in terms of what they did, yeah, very, very good. I thought we started the game well. Once again, gave a goal away and then struggled to create in the second half, which is a pattern that we've seen of late. But I think the longer you go away from home and you keep the game at 0-0, then you'll have opportunities, certainly as we did at Crawley on Saturday.
Are they playing as well recently as they did back in December?
I'm not sure they've got quite that back yet, but they've got time in the next 6 weeks to do that, 6-7 weeks, and they've still got games in hand and they're still right in the mix.
And the intent tomorrow from Mansfield?
Just the same as we have against Cheltenham, against Morecambe, Cambridge, Bolton. Even in those 2 defeats, we were happy with the performance. And that's what we want to do, and we're trying to replicate that away from home as well. It's not working out, but we're not setting up any differently. We're not sort of saying let's be a bit more negative, not sitting back. We are trying to play the same way. Just for some reason at the moment, we're creating more at home. We're putting our chances away at home, and we don't seem to have that confidence on the road.
Yeah. Are you therefore encouraged, Nigel, to be back at the One Call Stadium for the next 3 games?
Oh, brilliant! We're delighted to be at home. I think we fancy our chances against anybody at our place, and we've had a couple of long trips in the last week, as you have as well, when you're trekking up one end of the country to Barrow, the other end down to Crawley, and when you've lost, they are long trips back, and the long weekends and rubbish weekends as well, and we just want that winning feeling for everybody, because it improves your life.
Hope we get it again tomorrow. Thank you.
We'll try.